What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bryce with the Real Squad.
And it's your boy out here with the Real Squad.
And today we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Brought to us by Seth Rogen, but it's being directed by Jeff Rose and Kyler Spears. These are the guys that brought us Mitchell's vs. the Machines. It was a sleeper hit. I think they dropped that on Netflix.
Okay.
But we are here for the Turtles. And what do we think of the Turtles? It's been a minute since we seen them in the big screen. I think the last few movies we got was the Michael Bay movies, the live action. When the motherfuckers look monstrous. Right. They took the mutant to a whole nother level. But yeah, I think the last animated movie that came out was like in 2007, and I think it was just called TMNT. Mm-hmm. And that I fuck with that one hard. That was tight. That one was dope. I think like all the brothers not all the brothers, but Leo had separated from the brothers, and he was like in South America and like doing some like vigilante shit, trying to become a better leader and shit. And
I vaguely remember that one.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, so we got Paul Rudd. Oh, not Paul Rudd. Well, Paul Rudd is in it, but we have Ice Cube as Superfly.
Yes.
And we actually have teenage kids playing the Turtles. I'll try to bring a picture of the kids up. And this is my technically first experience seeing actual teenagers play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Because I'm for sure used to the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Especially the first movie, man. That's probably going to always be my favorite, period. It's going to be hard to like top that.
Yeah.
But them wasn't kids, bro.
Nah, they definitely was adults. This one definitely pushed more towards the teenage aspect of them being Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like he said, the other ones, I feel like they were all adults.
Yeah, for facts. They was nowhere. They might have acted kind of like childish at some times, but they was always on some adult themes.
Right. This one was more like, and you can even tell because they use all of these slangs that the teenagers today use.
Yeah, it's like modern age Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like what they would be like as teens right now. Yeah. And I thought that was a fun twist. They always on their phones talking about anime, Attack on Titan, all type of. They had so many references to pop culture in here. It was crazy, bro.
And there's 4 of them, so they all got different personalities as far as teenagers too. Because like you said, you got the Attack on Titans anime nerd type teenagers.
Was that Donatello that knew that? I think Donatello knew that. Or no, was that Mike? Oh yeah. Well, they all kind of still have their same, like, you know, Mikey is the kind of the silly one. Raph is the one that's kind of turned up with the rage. Yeah. Leo is supposed to be the leader, but can't really keep it together with everybody. And Donnie for sure the smart one.
Right.
But they still got that, but it's not what's the word, like, it's not like hella in your face, I guess. Like they all at the same, at the end of the day, is like teenagers, and they all kind of like fall on the same plateau.
Right. Which makes sense because I think at one point in the movie they said they kind of like will be like freshmen. So like they're younger, you know, as you grow up, you start to branch off into who you're gonna be a little bit more.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit closer together, even though they still starting to branch off into their individual personalities.
Wait, did you like that about the movie?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
All right, for sure. Me too. I definitely appreciated that because it was refreshing to see what it would be like because the title's in the name, or the name's in the title, teenage. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they was talking over each other and always like recording on their phones, that was perfect. And like he said earlier, the slang, bro. Like they had all the new slang, all the slang. They was going crazy. But this one, you feel me? It's some slight changes from the actual lore. You know what I mean? We're used to the Turtles learning how to fight, you know, a certain way, learning from Splinter, and Splinter learning from his owner. I think it's been a few different interpretations, but that's kind of like the main thing. Mm-hmm. But in this movie, it's different. Mm-hmm. They learn it from watching TV and watching Japanese and Chinese martial art movies and stuff like that. So I thought that was a cool little twist or whatever.
Right. The whole, like you said, the whole lore was different, the first part. And they had aspects, without trying to give any spoilers, to where it makes sense in this universe. It's not like it's not like it just happens. Even though it kind of does just happen, because it's definitely a coincidental type thing that happens to where Splinter's able to become like more humanoid, and also the turtles as well.
Yeah, it was kind of almost random. Yeah, almost random. But as you can see from the trailer and obviously the title of the movie, Mutant Mayhem, it's a lot more mutants than just them, and that's who they're going up against. And so the way that the movie plays with the fact that the turtles kind of want to be accepted by society, because you know that this is kind of the same. You know, they're living in the sewers, and so they're not up in the streets. No, they're trying to stay hidden because they know that people will react to them a certain way, and so their whole thing is trying to be accepted by society and trying to do good and be like superheroes or vigilantes. And they run into a situation where like, okay, yeah, let's stop this Superfly dude. Superfly, Ice Cube was obviously the main villain. Them not knowing that he's a mutant, and when they see him, it's like the way they play with that was dope. Like, oh shit, y'all just like us. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a moment where, you know, it was like a level playing field. Like, hold on, wait a minute, how do we feel about this?
Yeah, exactly. They definitely play with the aspect of being an outcast and how different people deal with that.
Yeah.
Like Superfly the way he dealt with it is the way that any like normal person, if you was just a straight outcast, how you would feel inside. You probably wouldn't necessarily go through the actions he went through to do it.
Yeah, you'll still probably feel the same way.
You would probably feel the same way.
Facts.
And you know, it's definitely relevant when you think about today's climate as far as like school shootings, and you know, because a lot of those kids are just misunderstood kids who didn't get a chance. Not to you know like glorify or like make them sound.
No, I got you.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of the times those kids get bullied into, and then they feel like nobody listening to them. And then this movie definitely kind of reaches into that as far as Superfly goes. And then you have the other side, whereas the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where they also are getting the same information,
same treatment,
but they just try to push harder to be accepted as opposed to trying to just
force that shit.
Yeah, force it or destroy everything.
Yeah, so that was probably like my favorite part of the movie, is that they're playing with shit like that, and I think that gives the movie a lot of heart. Like, I feel like the Turtles was obviously the heart, but what Superfly was going through with his family and his mutants was like the other half. Like, oh, okay, this is kind of deep right here. This is clean. I wonder where it's gonna go.
Exactly. You almost don't blame them for being angry, because it's like they try, like, you know, you try to fit in, and then once you figure out, you know, you can either give up or you can keep trying. Yeah, it is what it is. Like, it's, you know, it's different coin, different sides of the same coin, pretty much.
I'll say this: they had some. I wouldn't say some. They had a reference from the '90s movies. What was the Go Ninja Go song? What's the one nigga name? Vanilla Ice. His song, but it's not like, oh, you remember this? It's like it's real quick, so you gotta be able to catch it when it happened. But yeah. I would say, obviously, I like the movie. You like the movie?
I like the movie.
I would say this: the only thing that I thought that could have been done a little better will be the actual ninja part, as far as them being stealthier. You know what I'm saying? They for sure had moments. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple of scenes they had to do something, you know, to survive, and they did that pretty well. But it was kind of played up for laughs. But it was more so like back in, even when the animated series, the actual '90s movies, where they would do something, it would be clean. It wouldn't be funny. It would be like, oh, that was dope. Like, it would be mysterious, and so we didn't get a lot of that.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, and that
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't really have a problem with it, because, like we said earlier, they were like super young teenagers in those movies. They're kind of like, because the whole thing was like Splinter didn't kind of like want them to be out into the world
because of the experiences that he had up there.
Yeah, but then after, like, you know, after the movie keeps going in the plot, you know, you get it, and then it's like, all right, we gonna actually try to do this to make you guys get accepted. And then I feel like maybe after that, So I will see next movie, and then I'll probably if they don't do it like how you say, I'll probably feel the same way. But I'm gonna give them a little bit more time.
I got you. That's respectable.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, no, that's respectable. That's respectable because I mean, they trained majority of their life to be ninjas, and actually having to go out there and start using your skills. It was almost like, you know, I mean, we know what to do, but how do we do it?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Kind of kicked in.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. It is kicked in. So I'm wondering because it wasn't like a to be continued, but there is at the end of the movie where something happens where you're like, oh, okay, so this is what's coming next.
Right.
And when dealing with that situation, your skill level gonna have to be a little higher, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think you might be onto something as far as like, okay, the next movie, I think along with their personalities, their skills are gonna get like more fine. Or whatever.
Yeah. But it'll also be interesting to see how, because like you said, like we said earlier, it wasn't like how it was like you said, his owner taught Splinter how to fight.
Yeah.
Early in the earlier movies, this one was kind of self. They kind of did
self-taught.
Self-taught. So it'll be interesting to see how they further their knowledge as far as martial arts go.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Because it's gonna be kind of tough to explain because I feel like they know what they know already. Like they'll have to either get more martial arts videos or they're gonna have to get somebody else to teach them how to do more, or maybe Splinter already just know a lot and he just wasn't teaching them everything.
I think they do know a decent amount. It's more so like we have all these skills, but we gotta learn how to actually put them into play to work the best. You know what I'm saying? Because they was getting down. The few fight scenes that they had was clean, but it was more so like reaction to what was going on, not just like dominating. You know what I'm saying? So I think once they learn, like, you know, this train as far as like, it'll be more so training to get to know how to use these skills in the actual world. You know what I'm saying? Like this is why you learned this. This is why you learned this. You have to do it this way. So it'll be more so, you know, Leo having to get the team. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to become the right leader. Thing.
He that's why I'm saying earlier, like he learned how to become a leader in this, and everybody kind of evolved into their roles as part of a team in this movie.
Facts.
And also, like you said, there's a lot of references to pop culture. It's probably like the most references I've seen to like the actual world pop culture since like Ready Player One.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I was getting thrown off. I'm like, these dudes seem like they living in the world with us, basically. Because they naming all the stuff that we watch.
They even got a phone.
Yeah. And I like, this would be like the last thing, but I like how they use, when they watching something on TV, it's real. Like, it's like, it's not animated. It's they actually watching shit. I'm like, oh, okay, that's clean how they just threw that in there. And it wasn't like, it didn't throw you off. It worked perfectly with the world or whatever.
Yeah, it definitely gave me Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse vibes.
Yes. This had a heavy influence on the movie, and I like how they made theirs distinctively different. Like they didn't try to be as artsy, but they did use their animation skills to go a different route, and it shows, and it worked for me.
Definitely.
What do you want to give it? I'll let you go first, dog.
Wait, should we talk about Ice Cube first?
Oh shoot, yeah, you're right. We should get right past Superfly.
Yeah, we should talk about Ice Cube first. What'd you feel about Ice Cube?
Okay, Superfly. Oh my gosh. Okay, I did enjoy Superfly. He was Ice Cube is playing Ice Cube, pretty much the only character he can play. But the fact that they had Superfly in the situation he was in, it worked. It worked really well. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought this was gonna be, you know, kind of like, you know, typical, but the fact that the trauma that he went through, I felt that Ice Cube and his voice was able to bring that out, and it was scary. I'm like, oh shit, he is actually menacing. The only thing I would have to say about Superfly and Ice Cube is those damn rap lines. 6 a.m, police at my door. I'm like, bruh, please don't do this again. I think he did it twice. I'm like, oh
it's
my God.
It's kind of mixing, because like we were saying, they have a lot of recent pop culture references, and then he's coming back with these old like 80s rap references. It's like you mixing two worlds together that don't really blend.
It's like he watched Boys in the Hood, and it was like, I like this dude.
They even gave him the Jerry curl from Boys in the Hood.
He had the Jerry. It's hard to tell because you can't really see it from the front. But when he turns sideways, you'll see that Jerry curl look just like Ice Cube from
all
Boys in the Hood, all the old NWA music videos. So, like I said, he played himself, but it's like it was great casting because that's exactly the type of person you need a Superfly to be. I can't think. I'm pretty sure it's somebody else that probably could have pulled it off without it being like funny and make it like more menacing. But I feel like he did a great job.
Yeah, I think he did a good job too. Jackie Chan also as Splinter.
Oh, Jackie Chan, bro, was way too funny.
He was way too funny.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I loved him as Splinter.
John Cena was Rocksteady.
John Cena was he was Rocksteady, and Seth Rogen was Bebop. And Paul Rudd, like I mentioned way earlier in the video, he was Mondo Gecko. Yeah. And he was pretty funny too.
Shout out Hannibal Buress too. He was Genghis Frog.
Yeah, Genghis Frog. He didn't get that many lines, but
not at all.
Mondo Gecko, like Paul Rudd, was hella funny, and it was hard to tell John Cena from being Rocksteady. He did a good job with the voice acting. Let me see. I'll say this last thing. Giancarlo Esposito was Baxter Stockman, and I think in the animated series he was the one that turned into the Fly, and so I think that he probably could have made it work as him being Superfly. He possibly could have made it work because we know Gus from Breaking Bad, he was a force to be reckoned with. So like, you know what I'm saying, it's not about what you sound like but how you deliver it, and I feel like he would have had that great delivery. But I guess I can leave it at that. Anything else before we rate it?
No, I mean, I think we feel like we covered our bases without spoiling anything.
For sure. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go straight up real deal 8. I give it an 8.
Okay.
For sure. Like, it was decent. It was like you said, it wasn't perfect. But it was good enough to rewatch. Definitely, like, just for the humor aspect alone. It's PG, but they didn't make it so ridiculous that you wouldn't want to rewatch it again. They had the teenage aspect. I like that. And it was just different. You know what I'm saying? Have heavy Spider-Man. And I feel like Spider-Man is one of those movies that's going to influence a lot of movies going forward. Sort of like maybe like, old school John Carpenter with like Halloween or something like that. I got you. Yeah, so 8.
I'm going to go real dope movie, but like a high 7. High 7, like a 7.9. So really close to 8.
Respectable.
Because I might have wanted a little bit more. We didn't get to mention it, but I'll say it real quick. April O'Neil, they race swapped her, and it wasn't like it wasn't a big deal. Like, she played a decent role. I forgot the actor's name. I tried to pull a picture of her up, but she did a good job. They took a little bit of a different route with her as far as what her and Leo had going on, but it was fine. She wasn't like, the typical April or whatever. And apparently the original April, well, her race was actually mixed. She wasn't white originally. Yeah, so
there you go.
Yeah. So
what about
nice
bro with the hockey mask? What's bro name?
He wasn't in it.
He wasn't in it.
Yeah. Okay. Casey Jones. Yeah. So maybe we'll get a little tease of him in the next one coming up. But you guys, let us know what you guys thought of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Are you gonna check it out this weekend? Did you check it out this weekend? Comment below. Yeah, man, I recommend seeing this in theaters. Get us a shot, and we can get a sequel to it, and hopefully a great sequel. And something, there is a post-credit scene, so definitely stay for that. Yeah. That's what we was mentioning earlier. Something happens at the end where you wouldn't want to miss that. But make sure you do that YouTube thing. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that notification bell.
And also that notification bell.
Yes, the notification bell. I forgot to say thumbs up. The thumbs up as well. We need that like. Yeah. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Channel is growing. We're gonna be dropping some more podcasts pretty soon. It's a lot going on in the road we want to talk about. We got some funny shit too. So appreciate y'all. It's been real with the Real Squad. And we out.
Cowabunga.